Helen Keller was an American author, political activist, lecturer, socialist, pacifist, and women's and amp. Workers' rights advocate, and she was the first deaf-blind person who earned a Bachelor of Arts degree. Helen Keller was born on June 27, 1880 in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Helen was born a healthy child, but at the age of 19 months, she became deaf and blind as a result of an unknown illness, perhaps meningitis or scarlet fever. Her mother never gave up on her and constantly tried to find solutions that would better her daughter. Anne Sullivan came to Tuscumbia to be Helen's teacher on March 3, 1887. Later Keller would call this day her soul's birthday. Thus, Helen Keller's life was greatly changed after college. Keller became a well-known lecturer by sharing her experiences with audiences and working on behalf of others living with disabilities. She brought inspiration by being a powerful example of how determination and hard work can allow anyone to overcome life's most terrible obstacles. Brainy quotes from Helen Keller on life. Number 1. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Number 2. Life is either a great adventure or nothing. Number 3. When one door closes, another opens. But we often look so regretfully upon the closed door that we don't see the one that has opened for us. Number 4. Instead of comparing our lot with that of those who are more fortunate than we are, we should compare it with the lot of the great majority of our fellow men. It then appears that we are among the privileged. Number 5. Self-pity is our worst enemy, and if we yield to it, we can never do anything wise in this world. Number 6. No pessimist ever discovered the secret of the stars, or sailed to an uncharted land, or opened a new doorway for the human spirit. Number 7. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Number 8. Toleration is the greatest gift of the mind. It requires the same effort of the brain that it takes to balance oneself on a bicycle. Number 9. There is no king who has not had a slave among his ancestors, and no slave who has not had a king among his. Number 10. I do not want the peace which passeth understanding, I want the understanding which bringeth peace. Number 11. Smell is a potent wizard that transports you across thousands of miles and all the years you have lived. Number 12. It is hard to interest those who have everything and those who have nothing. Number 13. Life is an exciting business, and most exciting when it is lived for others. Number 14. When we do the best that we can, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life, or in the life of another. Number 15. What I am looking for is not out there, it is in me. Number 16. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein to be content. Number 17. People do not like to think. If one thinks, one must reach conclusions. Conclusions are not always pleasant. Number 18. The welfare of each is bound up in the welfare of all. Number 19. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. Number 20. Face your deficiencies and acknowledge them. But do not let them master you. Let them teach you patience, sweetness, insight. Brainy quotes from Helen Keller on perseverance and efforts. Number 21. Never bend your head. Always hold it high. Look the world straight in the eye. Number 22. We can do anything we want to if we stick to it long enough. Number 23. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Number 24. All the world is full of suffering. It is also full of overcoming. Number 25. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see a shadow. Number 26. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. Number 27. My share of the work may be limited, but the fact that it is work makes it precious. Number 28. I seldom think about my limitations, and they never make me sad. Perhaps there is just a touch of yearning at times. But it is vague, like a breeze among flowers. Number 29. A bend in the road is not the end of the road, unless you failed to make the turn. Number 30. I long to accomplish a great and noble task, but it is my chief duty to accomplish small tasks as if they were great and noble. Helen Keller's quotes on friendships and love. Number 31. Walking with a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. Number 32. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Number 33. I would rather walk with a friend in the dark than alone in the light. Number 34. Relationships are like Rome, difficult to start out, incredible during the prosperity of the Golden Age, and unbearable during the fall. Then, a new kingdom will come along and the whole process will repeat itself until you come across a kingdom like Egypt that thrives and continues to flourish. This kingdom will become your best friend, your soulmate, and your love. Number 35. Love is like a beautiful flower which I may not touch, but whose fragrance makes the garden a place of delight just the same. Number 36. What we have once enjoyed we can never lose. All that we love deeply becomes a part of us. Number 37. Knowledge is love and light and vision. Helen Keller's quotes on education and science. Number 38. The highest result of education is tolerance. Number 39. College isn't the place to go for ideas. Number 40. Science may have found a cure for most evils, but it has found no remedy for the worst of them all, the apathy of human beings. Keller's quotes on beauty, happiness and joy. Number 41. Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy and your joy, and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. Number 42. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched, they must be felt with the heart. Number 43. No one has a right to consume happiness without producing it. Number 44. Many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Number 45. Happiness does not come from without, it comes from within. Number 46. No matter how dull, or how mean, or how wise a man is, he feels that happiness is his indisputable right. Number 47. We could never learn to be brave and patient if there were only joy in the world. Helen Keller's quotes on failures and successes. Number 48. Be of good cheer. Do not think of today's failures, but of the success that may come tomorrow. You have set yourselves a difficult task, but you will succeed if you persevere. And you will find a joy in overcoming obstacles. Remember, no effort that we make to attain something beautiful is ever lost. Number 49. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Number 50. While they were saying among themselves it cannot be done, it was done. Helen Keller's quotes on sight, vision and self. Number 51. The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. Number 52. The most pathetic person in the world is someone who has sight but has no vision. Number 53. Of all the senses, sight must be the most delightful. Number 54. What a blind person needs is not a teacher but another self. Helen Keller's quotes on faith, Bible and God. Number 55. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. Number 56. The heresy of one age becomes the orthodoxy of the next. Number 57. Unless we form the habit of going to the Bible in bright moments as well as in trouble, we cannot fully respond to its consolations because we lack equilibrium between light and darkness. Number 58. It's wonderful to climb the liquid mountains of the sky. Behind me and before me is God, and I have no fears. Number 59. God himself is not secure, having given man dominion over his work. Number 60. I can see, and that is why I can be happy, in what you call the dark, but which, to me is golden. I can see a God-made world, not a man-made world. Helen Keller's quotes on Nature, Death and Literature. Number 61. Security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of men as a whole experience it. Avoiding danger is no safer, in the long run, than outright exposure. Number 62. To me, a lush carpet of pine needles or spongy grass is more welcome than the most luxurious Persian rug. Number 63. The world is moved along, not only by the mighty shoves of its heroes, but also by the aggregate of tiny pushes of each honest worker. Number 64. Death is no more than passing from one room into another. But there's a difference for me, you know. Because in that other room I shall be able to see. Number 65. Literature is my utopia. Here I am not disfranchised. No barrier of the senses shuts me out from the sweet, gracious discourse of my book friends. They talk to me without embarrassment or awkwardness. Dear friends, these inspirational sayings are taken from her various works.